on the road, shall we? Shall we? Check this out. Your boy Marky Finn. Over here is Thailand. Over here is Cambodia. And boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. Your host with the most is Marky Saint. Every morning I wake up, I'm blessed to be alive. And this morning is no different. We got the border right behind me. I got my hotel right in front of me. And this morning we're going to do an hour show where people stare at my new body and what I'm trying to do and what I'm doing in my own mind. And I started to ask the question, is it me? And anytime something happens of great shock to my life, I use self-reflection. And this morning, come meditate with me. This is Saint's Addiction. Bless up. So I'm in the hotel. Got the massage last night. I'm not feeling so all right. It's kind of like one of the worst massages I ever had in my life. I'm like really hurting, like in my shoulder and shit. Like I'm trying to stretch it out. Shit fucking kills. Let's get it going, shall we? Shall we? I got the hotel room here. Hotel room and key. But I'm gonna smoke with you this morning. I weighed myself 87.4 kilos. I'm almost to 190 pounds, bro. 190 pounds of pure muscle and fury and intelligence. That's 192 pounds for people that aren't counting. I went from almost 245 pounds to 190 pounds. I had to do the math. Good morning. Hi, Erica. I had to do the math. I went up to 245. That's almost 250 pounds. Let's call it 240. Easy math. 40 plus 15. That's 55 pounds I've lost just by being overseas and staying on my fasting and losing all the bullshit I had been putting myself through. Sugar, depression, misunderstanding, heartbreak, sobriety, loads of information going through me this morning. So I wanted to sit still. It is by joy. Chill out with you guys in my hotel room and meditate for the next hour. And I'm going to go through some of my thoughts I've been having inside of myself to not blame others for what has happened to me, but to recollect what choices I have made and the difference it's made to me. I can't believe I'm almost 190 pounds. I haven't been under 200 pounds since like high school. And I'm just ripping up. Quit the sugar, started fasting. Oh, don't be breaking my phone now, bitch. Let's get into it, shall we? Shall we? Welcome to my room. It's a nicer room than I had before. I'm so loud. Can't be smoking in the room. No smoking. Okay, I'll start paying attention. It's a beautiful room. Got the nice concrete wall. Nice queen size bed. Man, no one to sleep in it. Just me. Got a little view outside. Nice little bathroom with the heated water. The whole little bit. It even got a safe in here. It ain't safe no more. Peace. So let's get into it, shall we? Shall we? I'm sure people haven't seen a topless guy in a while. I'm so used to walking around topless because of Ko Chong that I didn't even think I even noticed that it was that I had my top off, and people were like, he's up in the streets. He belongs to the streets. But follow me here. Follow me here. I literally got you. Mosquitoes everywhere. Literally have lost so much weight that I even got rid of my love handles. I even got rid of my front. And I'm almost 44 years old next month. Let's get into it, shall we? Shall we? Your boy Saint on a mission for mental clarity. On a mission to, I already found myself, but to align myself, to align myself with my purpose. I was trying to cross the border yesterday, and unfortunately, They took so long. There were so many people that by the time I got done, the minibus had already left me. So I had to stay the night on the Cambodian border, right? And exist. I had to stay here and process all night instead of going back to my island and going straight back like I thought I would. I ended up having to stay here. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it slowed me down, and it slowed me down long enough. And maybe that's the universe's way of helping me process things. I've been moving for now going to be 4 days straight. I had to go from Bangkok with the girl. The girl left me, left Bangkok, came back to the island. The next day, go to Cambodia, missed the minibus, so I have to stay in Cambodia. And today I'm heading back to Koh Chang. The reason I'm mentioning this is because there's so many things that could go wrong. When I was trying to get the massage last night, the girl was just being really weird. As soon as I came in, I said, is massage? I said, yeah, massage. She says, 1,000 baht. And I said, no, 600 baht. And she's like, no, I can't give discount. My boss, I'm like, do you want me to leave? She's like, you can go. When anybody invites me to go, like, time for you to go, then I'll go. I'm not here to stay. I'm not here to be here longer than I have to be, or anywhere that I'm not welcomed, you know what I mean? So it was already kind of weird, and she was just kind of all over the place, watching TV, barely massaging me, and I'm like, lady, are you in this game or not? She kept trying to rub in my inner thighs, which hurts a lot. I kept saying, stop the legs, focus on my feet, and she just didn't listen to me. And I felt like it was a microcosm of this last relationship, because in essence, like now this morning, my whole shoulder fucking hurts, just the right one. And I've had shoulder injuries in this right one. And I kept telling her, no, don't pop my fingers because of boxing. I don't like to pop the joints. I used to have a really bad joint here that would swell up, and thankfully it went away. But fuck me, man. And it just sucks when even your massage therapist is inattentive, right? When you're saying something to an individual, especially when you're paying for the experience, you're like, lady, this is a business. Are you trying to earn money with me? Are you trying to do the service that you say you provide? Or are you trying to just massage me the way you want to massage me instead of the way I want to be massaged? And it was a conflict of interest, right? We tend to bounce into each other. We tend to not listen to each other. And I was like, man, this is a perfect example from the universe to me of what a relationship's like. When two people don't listen to each other, you go, please stop bringing up the past, but they do. Or you go, please stop mentioning other people, but they won't stop mentioning other people. Or don't hit me. And it's a hard red line. We talk about these things. Some things are hard red lines, like hitting or respect or values. These are things that we can't exactly negotiate, right? These are the things that are so important to us that they're the only things that'll set us free. And that's why I'm having this conversation this morning. It was so apparent to me when you're not paying attention to yourself. And then I had to retract. What did I not pay attention to? What was I not seeing in this last relationship? And how did I become so close to getting married? Part of it is me seeking, right? Part of it, I have to ask myself, what kind of mission am I on? I'm on a mission for health. This is what I did for my body. Everybody wants to call me narcissistic to this day, but it was a goal of mine to break my sugar addiction, which is still pretty bad. I mean, I even still got some sugary snacks. I mean, I got cashews, but the red bean little snacky made it in here as well. And there's a couple little cookies as well. These are the last of my sugars. I'm so determined, you guys, to get down to 190 or even 185. I don't want to lose that much weight, but just to cut up and get the fat off of my heart and giving me more heartbeats so I can live in the future. And I invested in myself. People want to call me narcissistic, but I was the fat kid in Finland. I was the kid that was getting up every morning, still depressed, still moody, even if it rained, even if it was cold outside in Finland. I would go by myself into the forest because they say if you have any problems, go to the forest. And I did. I had a lot of issues, man. I was trying to cancel my subscription. I was trying to get rid of the death of my child. And it bugged me. It bugged me that she never said sorry. It's one of these things that one of my fellow humans I've been saying sorry to. So I felt sorry people are sorry. But like that little girl that was in the minibus that said she lost her mom, I said, I'm sorry. And not in a fictitious sorry way, but from a human to a human. That's a journey that all of us will have to take. All of us will have to interact with eventually not having a parent, or losing a parent, or losing a child, or losing a friend, or losing a relationship. These things are going to be a part of our lives. And for some reason, this time I've been so desensitized. I mean, I don't think indomitable soul man is what I've been telling myself, because some of the things that should have killed me haven't. South Korean prison, this relationship, this last relationship, the loss of my child. These are the things that I was in my head about. These are the things that were driving me crazy. And I had to ask myself, what do you want, Mark? What are your choices that you are making? What inside you is yearning or seeking? And in my heart, in my head, I'm in there and I'm like, look, I wasn't thinking I was going to sleep with someone else. I already had a sexual partner. Turns out we were only having sex like every other weekend. We were having really good sex, but every other weekend I was getting the sexual attention that I wanted, but not the time and affection that I wanted. And when you get out there and you're a little bit more available, you become open and susceptible to other people. I know she was kind of in another relationship. She didn't want to say it, but I read her messages and she was telling this dude that she loved him and he was confusing and his ego and he was self-sabotaging. Same shit she was telling to me. And I key in. I go, what was my self-sabotage? Well, part of my self-sabotage is not being celibate. I wasn't celibate. I was sexually active. I wasn't trying to be celibate. I did my celibacy over 2 years ago. I didn't sleep with anyone since Metzley for like a year and a half. And before her, I went on another celibacy thing for a year and a half, sleeping out of my car, not having any money for meals, like just really grinding it and being in a bad way. And when you're homeless in your car, it teaches you to be humble. It teaches you to open your doors when you're sleeping in it because the car's so hot. And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, a speed methamphetamine guy will come by the door and try to wake you up. That was no fun. And how many of us have been down and out with no money, no honey, and no funny, and been there, having to live through our own depression, having to live through our own weaknesses. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going to my weaknesses and say, okay, you're weak to sugar. You're weak to women. You're powerless to these things. But I wanted to give myself power and empowerment. And that's why I said, is it me? What about me wants to be in love so bad? What about me who just lost this weight, just got these muscles right, just got his mind right, just got on the island? What about me has me chasing things outside of me, right? Why am I so yearning for somebody who doesn't want me or doesn't want to be around me? I'm so used to women wanting to be near me. I thought it was normal. I talked to my friend, or I didn't talk to him. He left me a voicemail. He's all the way in Africa, and he's like, Mark, I made the ultimate mistake. I started liking this girl, stopped talking to all the other girls, and then she stopped liking me. So I liked her, but she turned off the like. Then I had no girls. Same situation I'm in. I went from having sex with 2 beautiful women, and Lord knows I wish I could combine them. Have you ever been there where you're like, if she had her beauty with her sex drive, with her mentality, and less of her fragility, I would have combined the girls and kept her? Or I'd still be in the pussy, or I'd still have someone in my life and somebody that still wanted me. And unfortunately, that's what we end up doing, right? We can't combine people. You can't just Tinder match and switch people, right? People come as they are, warts and all, flaws, mental instabilities, physical impairments. Like not all of us are that healthy. And we want to find somebody to love us. We want somebody to match with us. We want to pair, bond all the time. I can't say that we blame them. I don't blame you. Shit, Lord knows I want in on it too. But that's what ends up happening, right? That's what ends up happening to all of us is we tend to overextend ourselves, you know? And I wanted to slow down long enough to say, what do I want for myself? You know, that was the big question of this morning was like, what are you seeking in anyone's journey? You know, like I say, before you get on the boat, where is that boat headed? And a lot of us don't know where our due north is. A lot of us don't know where our compass is. A lot of us don't know where our soul is. And as I sit here for an hour this morning, slowing myself down, smoking my little bit of weed, meditating, as you're going to get to meditate with me this morning, I started to ask, is it me? You know, is it me? Am I the one with attachment disorders? Am I the one that's constantly running away from people, running away from women that I feel could harm me? You know, is this an attachment disorder that I push people away before they have a chance to harm me? And in that, I also push them away and they never have a chance to dock into me, that they never have a chance to connect with me because I'm always constantly pushing someone away, or that I feel scared. She started to scare me. And especially when I'm buying the wedding ring, it was such a telltale sign. I'm trying to buy a wedding ring and she's bringing up old shit. I haven't talked to her all day. She's sending me this cryptic message that she's left flow and she can't be herself and all these other things. And I said to my friends, and I said, so they're like, what's the answer? And I said, I guess it's a no. And the girl literally gave the ring to her friend while we were talking and gave it to her as a gift. And I said, did you really just give away my wedding ring? I was so mad I stormed away. Now, mind you, I had already went to her shop. I already picked up the ring. The girl had already been to the ring. She said, oh, I know the girl you're talking about. She was in this section. And okay, let's read her mind. Let's pick it out. So much effort. And in the meantime, she's putting so much effort to do her nails for me and put the Saint Addiction logo on the nails. And it touched me. It felt like she was mine. She put it on her ring finger. She knew she was going to get proposed to. I had the ring. Thank God that my aunt, my mom, my Thai mom and Thai aunt had a ring for me so I could get the ring, and now I wasn't going to go empty-handed. But what was empty in my hand was her attitude. You know, nothing's worse than sending a cryptic message before, having the argument before, or having a beautiful day out on the beach. She's getting me all hard and put my dick between her thighs, and I'm like, yeah, we're going to do something about this. And then we didn't do anything about it. And then when I mentioned to her something about it, I killed the mood. And I'm just used to maybe more affection. Is it me? Am I the only one, like Matt said, to invite these African girls over to his house, and one girl's just sitting there and she's not being affectionate at all, and he's asking her, why are you even here? You know, I had my other buddy Ishmael. I couldn't believe the story he told me when he pulled up a chick, really hot chick, and he wanted to have sex one night, and then he wanted to bring her to a nice hotel the next night, like €200 hotel with a hot tub in the middle. And she still wasn't happy. So he was like, look, I'm not going to be, drained with you. I spent my own money. If I want to smoke on the balcony, I will. I'm the one that paid for the room. You're not paying for the room. And stop riding me and criticizing me. He's like, I'll get you another room. And her face was shocked, and he did. He bought her a cheaper room. He didn't kick her home. He didn't buy her a Uber, none of that shit. He just said, time to go, bitch. And he did. He enjoyed the room by himself. And it's like that. I asked myself, is this my life? Am I supposed to enjoy my life by myself? I don't think I'm ever going to get married again. This is just self-reflection. If it wasn't going to be her, I was going to give up. And I know I'm not a giver up. She was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not a person that even uses can't. My father wouldn't allow it when I was a kid growing up. And I can't with a girl that uses can't. I can't with a girl that can't keep her attitude right. I can't with the girl that's constantly in drama and in flux. I can't with the girl that still hollers at other boys or wants to spend time with other men or get the attention from them or whatever she was fucking doing. I couldn't handle it either. And I had to ask myself, what's in myself? And it turns out I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I'm not poly. I don't mix up my loves with other people. I pour my love into one person and hope that it grows another life. And it saddens me to say that as I sit here in my little underwear in my little room in Cambodia, that I'm done trying to make someone my wife. I'm done trying to pull somebody into my life. I'm done trying to force someone to make a baby and bring life into this world. These things I am done with, and I had to come to Jesus with it. You know, this is my come to Jesus moment where I sit here with all my focus and I say, "Holy shit, what just fucking happened?" You know, what just happened in my life where I've become so willing to open my life to someone. Why am I not making other people earn it? And what about me thinks I'm so egotistical that they can't earn it? Wouldn't I be so lucky or blessed that somebody would choose me and want to choose to bring life into this world with me? Did I not feel so blessed that I found this beautiful creature that kept telling me that she loved me? Now, if I hadn't had experience from years ago with the hot Russian girl and she would tell me she loved me more and more every day, she barely spoke a 2 out of 10 English, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, she only spoke a 2 out of 10 English, and it only took one fight and her swinging at me for no reason. I just tapped her butt. She was in the hammock floating, and I didn't kick her butt. I don't kick people. And just tapping her ass like nice ass, you know. And she turned around, whap. And if it wasn't for the hammock line behind her, she would have hit me. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck did that just come from? You better recognize, bitch. So I went to my friend's bungalow that was in there with the Easy House right down the way and go smoke some weed with him, chill the fuck out, and didn't think nothing of it. But by we came home that night, something was stewing in her. Something wasn't right, and we ended up getting to a really, really big fight. And it was only big because she had slipped and fell, and it kind of knocked the wind out of her, like for reals, dude. And I didn't know she had some kind of lung issue going on anyway. But her anger, not mine, her anger had her slip and fall on the slippery wood that was in the bungalow. And it scared me. I thought she killed herself. I thought she had done fallen and some blood came out of her nose. Like she literally slipped and pancaked herself on the back. Now, I didn't push her. None of this else happened. None of these things happened. But in our rage, in our might, we don't see how we crash into each other. We don't witness it with our own eyes. We try to witness it with our own feelings, right? We're like, I'm so upset right now. Now, things could be absolutely normal. Like we were doing really good in the beach and you get one comment and boom, trigger city. And maybe I got to watch my triggers. You know, this is literally, I can't predict what other people are doing. So I have to look at myself and go, what am I doing? With 30 days now, 29, 28 days on the clock, I have to be gone by April 8th out of Thailand, fly to a different country, fly back and stay here longer. I was trying to get the 2-month visa. I ended up staying here a day. I was supposed to stay 2 days in Cambodia while the 48 hours happened with the e-visa, but I didn't. I don't have a flight out. I finally have some money to buy a flight out. Thanks to Gianni, my friend. I finally have enough money to survive for the next 2 months if I need, or buy the ticket, come back. I've made it almost a full year of traveling the world with little to no money. I literally started this journey, a 1-year journey, with only $3,000 on a credit card, no cash, and I've made it a full year. I will make it a full year. I have lost the weight. I am no longer depressed. And the whole goal was to find the love of my life. Not a girl outside of me, but me loving my life again. Remember, I'm the creator of I Love My Life, right? That came from Ko Chang after I did a backflip off of an elephant. I just screaming to the top of my lungs, screaming to the gods above that I love my life. And that I cherish this thing. You know, I started cherishing my body and started treating it right. I deserved better than the sugar high. I deserved better than the cigarettes. I deserved better than the alcohol. And when I started to clear myself up, people started treating me bad. They're like, you're not spending money in my bar, so don't be here kicking me out of the bar. You don't belong in my bar. No explanation, just being super rude about it because I'm sober. And I told Ishmael, he's like, I don't drink either. I don't see any reason to lose my health. I'll buy a shake, I'll buy a water. But to lose my health, he says sometimes he even gives them 100 baht. And I was like, why would I give you $3 a day to hang out at your bar when I'm at your bar every day? You know, it makes no sense. Now, if you had a product that I wanted, like the shake lady or the food lady, I love shakes, I love food, but I don't love booze. And she's like, buy lady a drink. And first of all, the one guy was like, go ahead, Mark, eat. It's for family, it's for friends. And you know what I mean? That's what he kept saying to me, it's for friends. and it was supposed to be for friends. But she came over afterwards, right when I was eating, and she did the same thing that the other guy did. And I said I offered to pay for the food because I had experience at these bars before. I said, let me just pay for the food because I don't booze. I'll pay for food, but I don't booze. Now she wants me to eat, but she wants me to buy someone else booze. And I'm like, this is against my principles to hurt someone else with alcoholism. And I'm not interested in purchasing any beers for anybody. So here we are. And she said, Mark, what are you crazy? I had like 60 bob. I'm like, here, take some money for the food. No, you crazy. I understand you, but you don't understand me. And isn't that everybody? Like understanding our own intentions and wants and what we're about, but other people not be able to see what we think or feel, or of course they can't. They live in their own reality. They live in their own world. And I can't force someone into my world. I can't force somebody to have my attitude. I can't force somebody to have my endurance. I can't force somebody to be as focused as me. Are you fucking kidding right now? I pushed it past the limits. I'm almost 190 pounds, bro. I've lost 50 fucking pounds, bro. I'm not even the same human with the same body or the same mind. I'm the guy that's made it through a fucking unwanted abortion. Who kills a baby at 5 months? And instead of her having some sort of sympathy for me and being like what it is, she used it against me. She was like, well, the other girl left him at the altar. I wasn't at the altar. We were just walking down the street and saying that would be a good place to marry. We didn't have a plan. We just kind of walked around. I remember the birds. There were some swans by a pond and it looked beautiful. And we started to argue and we went separate ways on separate trains in separate directions. It was obvious that we weren't supposed to get married. Kind of like this other girl. By the time she gets her ring finger with my logo, right? And I got dinner plans on top of the world in Bangkok, ring in pocket. I've never gotten on a knee before, bro. The closest I came was when we were in that bay that day, and I was just trying to hold her up in the ocean, and it just so happens I was on one knee. But it wasn't like I was proposing, and it wasn't like I was prepared. Many times I asked her to marry me. I felt so close to her. And I'm so susceptible to wanting to believe in love. I mean, if it only takes a beautiful girl to tell me that she loves me back, then I guess that's love, and that's me fragile. Is it me? I have to ask myself, what is it about me wanting somebody else to love me? I've been loving my life and loving myself for a minute now. You know what I mean? Like, is it not the goal for me just to get healthy? Is the goal to get somebody else to appreciate me? My job was to just control me. My job was to get healthy. I shut down my business. I stopped making money. I could be in Vegas still grinding, trying to make that $5,000 a month, earn it, be in the center of attention, doing my events. We got Weed Club going worldwide. We got a new session lounge. You know what I mean? We got star-studded people, fucking Mike Tyson, Hulk Hogan, fucking Dennis Rodman, like everybody, right? Are coming into the weed industry. But I miss Champs, and shout out to X Vape for getting an install done by me. Shout out to Las Vegas Raps for getting it done for me. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. But besides for the couple little bit of deals, the only deal I had for this journey was to get healthy. And I wasn't loving my life again. I was overweight. I was getting out of jail, started eating the calories again, and getting constipated, and it was all bad. All bad, like we say in America. It was all bad. And I had to start to realize that with myself. I started to realize that I wanted to be free, and I didn't want to sleep in iron bunks, but I wanted to sleep in soft beds. And I'd rather be on the Cambodian border than in a jail cell in America. And I'd rather be in this hotel than that Bangkok hotel where she left me. And I'm grateful that I'm on the clean side of the world, because over Freedom Bridge, it's just nasty. I'll post the video later, but when I did the visa run yesterday, to go over so much plastic in the water, and the water be all bluish and gray and just totally polluted, and one of the worst smells you ever smelled in your life, gives you appreciation of what you have on the other side. I mean, Thailand's not exactly that clean, but we're going from the third world to the fourth world, possibly the fifth world. Cambodia is the armpit of the world. Like, it literally is. That's what I tell people. Like, go. Look at your boy, go. Look at that S car, go. And I'm just flexing on my life because I been trying and doing so hard of the work of sitting still in the mornings and doing my push-ups and doing my pull-ups and staying on a regular diet and staying on a regular workout regime and just getting my mind right. And I battle for those things. It's so important to have mental health. It's all I talk about every morning is mental health is wealth, and how important it is for us to be mentally healthy, and how I see her self-sabotaging herself too. It sucks, dude. I feel for her because it's like you almost have the love of your life, but then you show them that you fight like a raccoon in a plastic bag. And I've been watching that that joke's from Taylor Tomlinson, whatever that chick is named. But she talks about mental health disorders all the time. What? Oh, I'm bipolar. You know what I mean? These meds you're giving me are for bipolarity. Do we think I'm bipolar? Yeah, I'm glad we figured it out. Did we figure it out? Did I figure it out? You know, and in the moments that she was just like, well, the last five guys are telling me that Taylor, when you get stressed, you tend to fight like a raccoon in a plastic bag. Could it be me? And that's how this show started this morning. You know, is it me? Is it me out of all the relationships that keep pushing these women away? Is it me that can't stay in fidelity and only be occupied by one woman? Well, I didn't want to go without. You know, I'm asking myself, I said, man, I'm only getting sex maybe every other weekend with this other girl, but it's really good sex. And we don't text each other and tell each other that we love each other. We don't even kiss when we have sex. It's just sex, sports fucking. And I was okay with that, but I wanted more. And then lo and behold, there'd become Wednesday and there'd be a girl into me. And I'm like, do I wait for this one girl that I've been having sex with, or am I available? And it turned out I think I was available. By the time I hadn't had sex in a long time with the other one, I started becoming loyal to this one. She gave me sex within the first 6 hours. Now I know it's a red flag to be being so sexual so soon, and especially the love bombing. I like you so much, and to come from the other dinner table and sit next to me and say how much she likes me, but then have mental instability at the end of the dinner and exhibit these things to me. And I just feel bad for her, man, because my mom's the same way. I've watched my mom do it 4 different times in the psych wards, in the hospitals, not being able to control herself, having the hospital control her, me spending almost 2 hours convincing them to let her into my care on Christmas Eve. My mom was so sad. She was clutching rocks on the side of the road, barefooted in the snow. Highway Patrol found her. We had to go all the way to Flagstaff, Arizona to go get my mom. I think she was on her way to us, and in her head, she just wanted to spend Christmas with her kids. You can't blame these women. They have so much emotion. I mean, I can't blame her for having 4, almost 5 children in her life, and only me is the one that talks to her. That's fucked up. You know, you ensure that you'll never be lonely, and yet the kids that you gave life and fed for the first 20 years of their lives or 15 years of their lives don't even call you or acknowledge you or call you for Mother's Day or your birthday. That would fuck me up inside. And it does fuck me up inside that my mom doesn't have these kind of relationships with my siblings. It does fuck me up that I have difficulties in relationships. You know, why can't I keep my dick in my pants? Why do I never feel solid with one individual? Why do I not want to go without? I mean, I finally just got this body. A minute ago, nobody was fucking me. Now I got multiple partners. One said I could have multiple partners, but got jealous that I got multiple partners. Is it me? And she would say it was turning me on. I even masturbated to the idea of you two. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, but maybe that's your kink. And I'm not a cuckold kind of person. I couldn't watch my girl get banged out. Hell, I couldn't even watch my girl dance with someone else, let alone go off in a motorcycle with someone else. And it broke me. I realized that I have an amount of jealousy and insecurity. And so what? I listen to the video, guys. So what? I don't want to be insecure if a girl's going to be loyal to me. That her past could dictate her future. How do I know she's out of her hoe phase? For 10, 15 years in the sex worker industry, how do I know she's not trying to make some money? Money gets tight. Do you go back to your old ways? How am I supposed to trust the new you? And how am I supposed to trust the new me? The new me just got fit. The new me just arrived, but it's still my same brain. Like, I have a different body, but it's still my same brain. And I always lose weight when I'm traveling, but can I lose the depression? That was the key. You know, can I lose this feeling that I don't love my life to start loving my life again and get the appreciation that I want to seek out of life? And that isn't that what we got to do, is to count our blessings instead of our stressings, to find something that's worthy of us in our lives, and chase it with all of our hearts till our hearts delight. That's where I was in my mind. That's where I am in my heart right now. Let's go. What can I do about my situation? Not put it on other people. Not need them to be my mental stability. Not try to figure them out or jump into someone else's drama. I'm only responsible for me, my emotional reactions, my stability, my mental clarity. It's so important to me that I'm going to sit here for an hour this morning. Even when I woke up this morning, I said, this morning is about finding it. I'm in a nondescript spot on the planet. I'm in a nondescript hotel room, and I am in a emotional situation that I felt like was a car accident. When she said she's leaving, boom, bro. I mean, I'm totally discombobulated. When she left, thank God my friend was on the phone with me, because I don't know. All I can know is to chase her and stop. Let's calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Let's go slower. Let's retract. Let's give each other space. Let's do whatever it takes, but let's not give up. She said she couldn't. And she said she wasn't healed enough. And she left. She left. She left. She left mentally. She checked out mentally. Then she checked out physically. Benzodiazepines and 7 of them. And I haven't heard from her since. I mean, she messaged me like, "Why you take pictures of my messages?" Because I'm like, your phone was on in front of me. I've never checked anyone's messages before in my life. I believe in privacy. But I also asked her not to watch these shows of me, right? Because when I do these shows, it's kind of like you're reading my diary. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? It's like really hard to be honest in front of the world in public, where someone you just met yesterday can see that one time that you were crying in your underwear from 2 years ago. It's out there. I'm exposed. And I try to keep names off of it so not other people that don't want to be exposed are exposed. But I'm exposing myself. I'm exposing my weaknesses. I opened myself up for pot shots from her friends going like, "Oh, it wasn't meant to be," or whatever comment that they made. And I know, because I've been doing the show for almost 10 years. When you only get like maybe 5, 6, 7 views, or now you're getting 13, 14 views, I know it's her and her friends watching. It's the same thing my ex used to do. She watched me in turmoil for 2 years doing the show before she reached out in Spain and said, "You're still talking about me. I thought you'd be over it. No, I don't want to get with you, but go move on, go find someone else." And I think I needed that clarity. And if she's watching, thank you for reaching out, and you'll never get a response back from me. You know, I got the email. You said what you said. Let's leave it at that. And the other one, you left. Let's leave it at that. I'm not here to chase other people. I'm not here to convince other people. That's why I kept saying you were free to go. And she was free to go. No one chained her to the fucking bed. Everybody has freedom. They're choosing to be with me, even if I stress you out, or I challenge you, or I make you keep it accurate. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "You're always going to use it against me." And I'm like, I should have been a lawyer. I'm literally doing all the fucking research and investigations on every topic you bring my way, whether it be an INFJ, or whether it be Aquarius, or whether it be anxious attachment disorders. I studied it all. Each thing got like maybe 20, 25 full YouTube videos of my focus. And maybe I shouldn't put so much focus into that person too. Is it me? I'm not quite sure. But I had to do the research. I needed to know what was going on with me and her, and why I was acting the way that I was acting. Why do I always run away? Why do I always sleep with someone else? Because my dad always told me to keep a spare tire. That just like my buddy in Africa, you think you're in love with one and then you have none. Then you're in a fool's errand, but a girl's going to want you to choose her and only her. I mean, is that not the ultimate power, to stop someone from procreating with someone else? Is that not evolutionary psychology that we all practice? Dr. David Buss, I've been reading on that book too, the evolutionary psychology, and how we choose our mates, and what mating rituals that animals and plants and all of us, the whole biology, I almost made that. The whole biology of our lives. You know, I had to really realize, and I wanted to realize, and that's what I had the conversation this morning. Like, is it me? Am I the one to blame? Is it about blame? Is it about learning? And that's the question that I started to ask myself, and I'm asking you this morning, is it you? Have you ever reflected on your life and said, "No, it's not this individual, it's always been them, it's all their fault, she did this, she did that"? I'm not a fucking kid anymore, bro. we're adults. I'm almost 44 years old, and I'm not going to sit here and blame somebody for my own actions. That's not how it works. All right? That's not how life works. And unfortunately, we need to have this conversation. And hold that shit. Don't want to lock myself out during the show. And unfortunately, we got to have that conversations with ourselves, you know? Before I check out of this room, before I go back to Coach Trong, I got my thing at 1 o'clock. Let's see. It's 11. So I got 2 hours left of this, not this show, but being here in this station. And after I get off the show, I'm going to go get a haircut too. New me, you know? New me. New mentality where I'm not so thirsty anymore. I don't have to chase anybody, you know? I've arrived in my life. Like my buddy Ishmael said, he'll go do orgies, fuck 8 different girls, get chosen, not bring a girl. He's like, I don't bring girls to those things because I get so much more pussy. And then it lasts him for 2-3 months, and then he's single, and he doesn't have to get in the mental of girls and what they're about and their history and all that. He just gets to fuck them and leave them. And he's okay with him in his mind. I'm not okay with not being intimate. I'm not okay with just burning chicks. I actually felt bad for the other chick because she was just perfect. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't argue with me. All she did was sleep with me. She was way chill. Super cool girl, 29 years old. And I went with the 38-year-old that was prettier, crazier, and I felt love for. Like, was my evolutionary psychology there? Why didn't I stay with what was working? How did I get drifted apart? How did I get so magnetized to this other girl? Obviously, it must have been physicality, because obviously I was physically attracted to her, but she wasn't physical with me. Sometimes she was all over me like a wet blanket, but I've been on full moon beaches with her naked, and we didn't even do nothing about it. That's not how I want to end the story. I would love to come back and go tell you I plowed it. That's just me. Maybe I need more affection, like my boy Matt was saying in Africa. He's just like, the girl was just sitting there, and I'm like, why are you even here? You want to go home? You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for love and affection, and she's making it out to me to be a needy. And I'm like, no, I need completion. You know, like, if you're going to get me hard, my mom used to say it, if we can get it up, it's my job to get it down. My own mom would say that shit. But she let me down without getting me off. And it started to frustrate me, and my testosterone's getting up, so maybe it made me, is it me? You know, maybe it made me, what's the word you call it when you're all horny? Sexually frustrated. It's possible, bro. Shit gets real. And not everybody has the same attachment styles. Not everybody has the same sexuality. Not everybody has the same mentality. And I can't expect people to have the same mentality as me because I've been in prison. I've endured things. I've had to make myself mentally stable in the most unstable situations. I've had to control my sugar cravings so you can see the striations in my fucking chest, and shoulders, and my body. I transformed me. I made me into a reality. I had to get my mentality right, and so do you. If we're talking about the morning motivation, you gotta motivate yourself and out-circumvent yourself in your patterns and your habits and beat yourself to the punch. Shadow box, bro. Can you dodge your own punches, or you're gonna get hit with your own hooks? You gotta protect yourself at all times. And I had opened myself up. I had believed in love, you know? I guess I'm always going to be a hopeless romantic, that a beautiful woman, that beautiful, that mixed up like me, I'm half black, half white, she's half Thai, half Norwegian, that we would make a baby together, that our skin belonged together. While she was sleeping on my lap, I looked at her skin and I saw all the little moles like I have. We got random mole here, random mole here, you know, just like my mom, random mole here, you know what I mean? I got them all over, random mole here, you know what I mean? Like, the mole that I got from my mom. Sorry, I always started with this side. The mole that I always got from my mom. I don't even see that I have a mole on my face, bro. I don't even see that I have a beard on my face, bro. I can't feel the hair on my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see what you see, but I only can see what I see. And that's why I had to have a conversation with me this morning and go, okay, Mark, is it me? Is it me always chasing crazy? Am I trying to save my own mother? You know what I mean? Like, my mom's crazy. Certifiably takes medications, gets aid from the government, you know, disability checks, and goes to the mental hospital 4 different times in my life. Yeah. That's where I was at with it. Is it my life? Is it my mind? Is my mind playing tricks on me? Where I'm so stubborn and I'm so determined that I end up forcing people to feel that I'm too direct? You know, when I'm getting on my high horse and I feel that I'm correct, I try to explain to people with an intensity. There's an intensity inside me. Obviously, with my muscles popping and I'm like, you know what I mean? That's some Hulk smash shit. I don't want to smash anyone. I'm trying to reach, preach, and teach to everyone every morning. Even her friends watching this, I'm like, look, dude, you too are responsible for you. I didn't want to do your friend bad. I wanted to marry her. And I was marrying air every time it was time to come near. I mean, the girl literally bought a bunch of shit to move in and then left on a motorbike with some other dude. No explanation, no I love you, no when will I be back. And I was supposed to trust her. I didn't do anything with him. Yeah, you did. You spent time with him. And then by the time you want to dance with one of my friends, who's not even one of my tight friends, it's just an acquaintance outside of the circle, why do you want to dance with someone else? Why don't you want to dance with me? And she was so confused by it. I'm from Norway. We can get on motorcycles anytime we want. No, that's romantic. Everybody sees Top Gun. When you got a girl in the back, you're fucking her. And some dude took my girl that just moved in. I didn't even say move in, but I assumed, and let's go with it, right? And I got all her stuff there, but she's not there for 4 days after. And after I asked her to marry me, she disappeared for 4 more days, almost 5 days. I didn't get to see her. Can you imagine me trying to marry somebody that I didn't see for 4 days after? Or me asking her to marry me the day after she caught me with someone else. After that fight. So the insanity's on me. You know, I can't put it on her. She has to get her own mental stability. We're all going to have to find it eventually. But that's what's ended up happening. Let me get back in here, shall we? In my hotel room, I'm almost done with this show. We've got another 15 minutes. But I promised I would do an hour this morning and just clear the air and talk to myself and do some sort of kind of miniature meditation and sit here and sit still long enough without the chaos of outside and without the hustle and bustle of border passings and confusions and me not having a ride. I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock on the dot because we got to leave at 1:30. I'm going to be on time. I ain't missing this bus. You know what I'm saying? I already did that yesterday. We're doing that again. We're going to get on the bus. And I'm not going to get pissed enough to miss the bus. I'm not going to be pissed enough to miss opportunities. I'm not going to go back into depression. I'm not going to let all my gains be lost because of some pain. Gain over pain. They say no pain, no gain. But I want to have gain over my pain. I want to have some direction in my life. I want to choose my moods. I want to choose my direction. And if I can't choose my wife, I'm going to choose my life. And what kind of life do I want to live? I have a 30-day countdown to live in this country and see what I wanted to do. I wanted to buy the bungalow, move her in, become a family, and become some kind of semblance of stability, something I've never seen in my life. And when they act irrational, I fear that they're going to be like my mom again and just leave, and she did. You know, I kind of almost test these girls to leave to see if they will, because times will get tough. And the honeymoon phase will become over, and love won't be enough. You got to have the same values. You got to want to have the same affection style. You want to have the same attachment style. You want to have the same values and goals and purposes. And unfortunately, we're not the same. People are so different, especially from different parts of the world. This poor girl never had any friends. When you don't have any friends, you don't learn how to communicate. And then you become addicted to your solidarity and your solitude. Mhm. Loneliness is an addiction. We become so used to having our own Netflix channel, right? When you go into someone's home, everyone has their own Netflix channel and shit, our own bed, our own room, our own patterns, and we stay. We just sit and stay. So many people in America don't even leave their own state, bro. It's so crazy. And I'm out here on the border of Cambodia. People are Trucks are going by, people are carrying luggages, and we're just all moving at lightning speed. And I never slowed down enough to just breathe. And I've been working on my breathing. I need to work on it more. And my own self regulating, and not to get caught up in the drama. When she said no one liked me at the bar, it hurt because it was all the alcoholic bars. It wasn't everybody. I looked around and I said, "You're being mean. Not only do you hate yourself and you're fat and you're wearing fat girl jeans because you want to cover up your unhealthy body, and all you want to do is be greedy, and greed is a seven deadly sin. And there are people that are like that, that they treat their customers like walking wallets, and that they are abusive towards them. And the moment that they don't get any money, they cut the goose to get the golden egg, and then the gooses don't come back. And the other geese see that. There's a reason why we put geese on the lake, is to entice the other geese to come. If we go to a restaurant with no one, then we know the food isn't good. But if all the other humans choose it, then that's the place to eat. And it works that way in Thailand and around the world. We seek. We seek what other people are seeking. We seek jealousy. We seek envy. We seek greed, gluttony, sloth, wrath, and vanity. We want to look better than we actually are. We don't want to actually live better than we actually are. And for the most part, I'm so proud of myself from this old relationship. I am so proud that I did not grab onto her. I did not berate her. I did not belittle her. I didn't call her names. Your boy Saint didn't go, "You're being a bitch." I said that to my own mom. "You're being a fucking bitch" on Christmas. She was being a fucking bitch. She heard, "You're being a bitch." Technically, I called her a fucking bitch, but it was a phrase, a very popular phrase. And the interpretation of "go find someone else," I didn't say "go find someone else." I said, um, "I hope you find him," is what I told her. Because if it isn't me bringing her water to the bed, or finding a mosquito net 5 o'clock in the morning in the pouring rain, or paddleboarding out to her while she's crying and trying to communicate with her, then it was me. It is me. It is me chasing and trying to find something, and trying to get my next hit of love, and hope that she still loves me. And just as long as this beautiful creature that's in my arms looks up with me with those beautiful brown eyes like mine, more beautiful than mine, and soft skin, I couldn't stop touching her. And the way we kiss, that was my crack. That was my addiction. To love on that level, I'm addicted to. I was willing to give up something stable and consistent and non chaotic for something that was extremely chaotic, extremely potent, and extremely unstable. And why do I make those decisions? You got to ask yourself, Saints Addiction, we are on a mission to figure out why we are compelled to self sabotage and self harm ourselves and make these decisions that hurt ourselves. And I was just like, man, had to switch from cocaine to shirts, had to switch from negativity to positivity, had to find my own way.
I had to go inside myself and say, why am I hurting myself? Why am I chasing women that are bad for me or going to leave me or misconstrue me? Why am I not finding relationships that are longer lasting? What are my business intentions? I haven't been focusing on mostly saints at all. I've been hiding, I've been healing, I've been running, I've been smoking and dodging. And my friends asking me to smoke less weed so I can be more clear. He said, Mark, if you want to be a businessman, you have to stay sharp. I told him the weed doesn't affect me like that, but it does have an effect on me. And even if I have to quit weed, Saints addiction itself, even if I have to quit weed, I will quit anything to be healthy, mentally healthy, to have this not betray me, to not make me want to run out there and drink beer, to not make me want to go out and self sabotage. I didn't want to hurt her. If that was the effect I was getting from her, she was free to go. I want her to have mental health too. I want her to have mental wealth and business wealth. I have no uh, retribution towards her. I have no qualms about her. I'm not even mad at her. I literally am shocked. I've been in a car accident. I want to establish how much, check, call, care, check how much damage has been done, call my friends because there was some damage done, and care for myself. Check, call, care, and care for myself, and not run to the ice creams, not run to the sugar. I ran and got a massage instead. She didn't listen to me, and neither did my ex. And I look at these things and I go, man, do I dare love again? Do I dare even think to love or be in love again? Have children, talk about family, talk about having babies. I'm scared. And I have to identify that with myself. You got to identify it with yourself. What are you scared of? What do you need to face? What conversations do you need to have? Tough conversations, especially with the people that you're in relationships. Like, how do we view finances, and how do we view traveling, and how much time do we need to spend with our friends and family, and what location? It's a lot to ask. It's a big ask, and that's the big ask I'm asking myself this morning for the morning motivation, right? The motivation. When I get motivated, I was ask myself, is it me? You know, what about me is made these bad decisions? And I just think I just didn't want to go without. I didn't want to go without pussy. I wanted the affection. I was having really good sex. I didn't have anything wrong in my life. I just had someone come into my life. Nothing was wrong. I was finally healthy. I was finally loving my life. Things were going good. And then I meet this chick and things got chaotic. And I just jumped right in and I kept trying to jump away from it. After the first night and having a mental breakdown, I was like, okay, no. Then a week later, doing it again. No sex on the beach on a full moon. Oh, okay. Go to your bungalow. No sex in your bungalow. I'm in your bungalow. I almost stormed out at 1 o'clock. You're storming out of mine because my bathtub's not. You don't love me. I'm like, what is wrong with this chick? And then you're gone, and I don't hear from you for 4 days. Then you spaz out like, hey, I need you, mayday, mayday. And I'm like, if I pick up this phone, I'm gonna be into you again. And I did. I picked up the phone, got into her again, and she left again. Got back. She only came back. Was gone for 2 weeks in Bangkok, and came back in the first 2 days, helping her mom. She's buying stuff. She said, "Oh, we've been together the whole time." She was buying shit. She was hanging out with her mom. I didn't get her by myself. And the first chance she got to be free, she ran off with someone else. And I knew she could do it at any time. And I still intertwined, and I kicked her stuff out and had a huge explosion. She tried kicking my head off and caught me getting a blowjob from the other girl. And the other girl was like, "Who the fuck is that?" So she's like, "You're bad for my mental health." So she blocked me. So now I'm sitting here with no pussy. And the truth of it is, I think I need to stay that way for a while. It might not be celibacy for me, but for sure, your boy needs to get his head on right. Start talking about business, start talking about mental stability, and start talking about things that I can be in control of so I can fix things in the future. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. And that is a philosophy of Rich Abajan sent to me. I'm sure he got it from someone else, but I had a business mentor and I give it to you. Is it you? What are you doing that are self sabotaging in your life? What are you doing that decisions you're making that aren't doing you right? And how do you get right? So I've been trying to get right and going wrong. Well, now I want to get right and stay right and do right by people. I want to be in that zone. Decide to stay in that zone. I desire to be who I can be. Boom, baby, boom. That's my show. If you got anything out of this, please be blessed, not stressed. Please count your blessings as a lesson. Blessings over stressings. We have to perceive these things, turn negatives into positives. Now you have Saints Addiction. Peace and love. On my heart from start, your boy Marquis Saint. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But it's one of those things where comment below, man. What's the time? Is it me? And you start to realize things that you do in your life, and you're just like, holy shit, I have more control over my life than I pretend to have. And it's time that I take control of my own ship, write my next chapter, and be the director of this movie instead of such a follower or such a liker or such a runner. We have to take control of our lives, and it's up to us. So it's meant to be. It's up to me. And is it me? It is me. I'm the one. And you're the one. Man in the mirror. I'm out. Woman in the mirror too.